So back in 2019, then Democratic Congresswoman Katie Hill, who we'd had on the program a number of times, resigned from Congress after revelations of an inappropriate relationship with someone who'd worked on her campaign. And that relationship had been exposed in a really kind of awful way in nude photos that were leaked to and then published in a British tabloid without Katie Hill's consent. Now, Hill sued that tabloid for violating California's revenge porn law. Yesterday, she lost that suit. She now plans to appeal. But Katie Hill had also struck up what she called an unlikely friendship with Matt Gaetz in Congress. And at the time, when she resigned, Gaetz actually publicly defended her over the leaked photos. The two kept in touch through 2020, despite Gaetz's relationship with Donald Trump. But their relationship petered out after the Trump January 6th insurrection. Then CNN reported that Congressman Gaetz had showed nude photos of women he had slept with to lawmakers. In a new piece in Vanity Fair, Katie Hill writes that if the report is true, he engaged in the very practice he defended me from and should resign immediately. And Katie Hill joins me now. It's great to have you on the program, Katie. I wonder if you just maybe just sort of talk about your relationship, friendship with Matt Gaetz, what you sort of thought of him and what you make of all this now.
Yeah, I mean, look, we became friends because we served on the same committee and we were about the same age. And he was friendly to me when I was a new lawmaker. But when it really mattered, when I was feeling particularly abandoned by the people within my own party, and when I felt just betrayed and alone and disgusted with myself, it matters a lot that somebody stands up for you. And I don't know how many people have been in a situation like that, right? Where anybody standing up for you feels like a big deal, but it gets a lot of points. And, now with all of this coming out, I think people can certainly say that I have maybe not made the best choices when it comes to my relationships with men. I never had a real relationship with Matt Gaetz, but regardless, I feel betrayed by him, and I have to wonder about his motivations for defending me in the first place. And, I think that what's so gross is to see all of this coming out. Each one of these, accusations or allegations or charges that are coming out it's just like he should resign immediately. The ethics committee should be opening an investigation immediately. And for some reason they haven't when they opened one on me based on a tweet or a Facebook post from my bitter ex-husband. I mean, it's just like, where did the double standards end? And then you see within my lawsuit that it is okay. They are saying that it is okay for any person, any woman who runs for office. Opposition research firms can go to their exes and can say, hey, we'll pay you if you give us nude photos of so-and-so who's running for office. And then they can give those photos to the Daily Mail or to Red State or to some of the other publications that are disgusting and willing to do that. And it's free game. It's free speech. It's, It means that it's wide open. And it's just like horrifying that this is what the reality is that we're looking at for women who are running for office as compared to men who, honestly, Gaetz could probably get indicted and run for election and re-election and still win. I mean, we had that with Duncan Hunter. Yeah. We've had that on the Republican side 100 times. So I'm just like, you're bewildered and furious.
Your point here about the double standards, I just for folks to remember, I mean, you resigned shortly thereafter. The photos were leaked and there were allegations of an improper relationship with a campaign staffer. We're in a territory, I think, by any objective metric, again, that Gaetz denies, but were it to be true, is
way worse.
In a different, yes, way worse. But I mean, in a different universe, honestly, than what happened with you. And we should also say that, like, the thing that he's been sort of casually accused of doing is just showing pictures of, sexual conquests or women that he has had relationships with to members of the House floor. Like, it's not illegal, but it's gross, and it's sort of part of the same culture, I think, that produces an appetite for the publishing of photos of you that you're suing over.
100%. It's commoditizing women's bodies, and it's making it that we don't have any ownership of it, that other people do, specifically men do. We are simply there for their pleasure and enjoyment and entertainment, and that's it. That's it. We don't have any autonomy beyond that, right? And so that's one of the reasons that I before the results of this lawsuit, I have focused so much time and energy on getting an amendment into the recently passed Violence Against Women Act, the amendment would make it a federal law for revenge porn to be illegal, which seems like it should be obvious. And in fact, it is illegal in most states, but there's this patchwork of laws. The mere fact that it's not a federal law makes it so that internet companies are less incentivized to do anything about it, and that media companies would have to think twice about publishing those images if it was a federal law. But that is something that Matt Gaetz voted against too. He voted against the Violence Against Women Act. And here we are, we're going to be taking this to the Senate. It's going to take 60 votes. And by God, if we can't find 10 Republicans who vote with us on a Violence Against Women Act that includes an amendment to make it so that women's nudes can't be shared without their consent, where are we even as a country? I mean, I guess we've all been asking that question for, quite some time at this point, but it just shows you how far we still have to go for women in America to even be seen as equals.
Katie Hill, it's always a pleasure to get a chance to talk to you. I really appreciate you coming on tonight. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.